fasciitis. I had made a video about I had made 2 videos about plantar fasciitis before. Both of them were in Malayalam. Plantar fasciitis is the pain you feel in your heel. You usually feel it when you wake up in the morning, as soon as you put your foot down on the floor, and then you'll be limping for a few minutes, and then the pain gets better within half an hour, and then it kind of settles down. And every time you take rest and you stand up again, that's when the pain comes back. That's in the initial stages. Later on, the pain becomes continuous, and then that finally brings you to an orthopedician. The orthopedician takes an X-ray, and the X-ray will show a calcaneal spur. Now, there's people who say that the calcaneal spur is cause of the pain. There's people who say it has no relation to the pain. I am in the second camp. The calcaneal spur is an incidental finding. The real cause of the pain is inflammation. Inflammation in the heel. So you've got to do all the methods that you can to reduce general inflammation. So that means diet, sleep, and exercise. That goes without saying. I'm talking about the specific techniques that you can use to control the inflammation in your heel. So I'm not going to talk about all diet, sleep, and exercise right now. I just want to talk about what specifically you can do for your heel. So there's the main thing. Now the main thing, even though there's inflammation in your heel, the problem is not just in your heel. The problem is usually higher up. It's in the calf. So most of the therapy that you are used to or you will see is therapy directed at the heel itself. So tablets or injection into the heel or whatever. I would prefer to do something different. I would prefer to do work on the calf muscles. So there's 3 methods that I use. The first one is stretching. The second one is specific exercises targeting the calf muscles. And the third one is improving the tissue quality in the calf, which is by using a foam roller. So I'll talk about the stretching at first. Stretching is pretty simple. So usually it's tightness in the calf muscles that cause inflammation in the heel. So what you do is you get your feet up on a vertical surface, lock your knee out, and use the other normal foot to bring your body forward, the whole body forward, so that you feel a stretch in your calf. Now this is not a very, it's not a very directed way in which you can target the particular muscle that's tight, but in general you'll get better you get better flexibility in your ankle, and that will improve anyway. So this is a very simple way to stretch the heel. Now you should be doing this frequently because the muscle has taken a long time to tighten up. It'll take a long time to loosen up. You need to work on it daily. You'll have to work on it 3 or 4 times a day, 20 to 30 stretches. So it's a very easy stretch. It's not, you don't have to grit your teeth and grimace when you're doing this. There will be some sort of discomfort, but if you're flexible enough, you should be able to do this without any discomfort at all. Most of you with plantar fasciitis will have discomfort in this area when you stretch it. So you're going to have to stretch it a little to a point where you can bear the pain and then come back. I don't want you suffering or screaming in pain. That is totally counterproductive. So that is the stretch. So you can do this on one leg and then you can do it on the other. Because if you got the tendency for plantar fasciitis on one side, it's quite likely that it's going to happen on the other side also. So same thing, put your feet up on a vertical surface, lock your knee out. You won't get much of a stretch if you bend the knee like this. You'll need to lock it out. Use the other heel to lift your body upwards and forwards and stretch that muscle and come back. So you do that 20 times, morning, afternoon, evening, night, more frequently if you want to. So that's the stretching part. Now the exercises are mainly to activate the muscles in your feet. So you have a long room like this, you walk from one end to the other, and you walk in 6 different ways. So this is one way, you walk like Charlie Chaplin. Now the next method is like this. So I'm just showing you what positions you've got to do. But when you're doing it, you're going to have to go to one end of the room and come back in one method. So that's the second way. The third way is this. You raise the inside of your feet and you walk forward, and the next one's opposite that. So you bring the inside of your feet down and you get the outside of your feet up. So this is the other way. Now then the fifth and the sixth methods are standing up on your toes and walking. This is straightforward, most of you will be able to do this. This is the other one. And the sixth method is getting up on your heels and walking on your heels. Now if you've got severe plantar fasciitis, you're not going to be able to do this because it's going to be very painful. So with this one, it's better that you do it with your shoes on. All the other exercises are better done without the shoes. So those are the foot drills that you can do in order to activate the muscles of your calf and feet. There's another group of exercises that you can do which do the same thing. So basically you are going to be rocking backwards and forwards to activate the muscles of your feet and your calves. This is one and this is the other. Okay, so you can do this when you're waiting for something, waiting for a bus, or you're just standing somewhere and wasting time. So, or even if you're browsing on your phone, this is something you can do. You can do this where you bring down the toes of your feet, the big toes of your feet, and then bring down just the small toes of your feet and raise your great toes off. So all of these are just to get your feet more active. So if you can notice that the rocking side to side and the front to back is pretty similar to the foot drill exercises that I showed you earlier. Then there's another video in this channel that shows you how it's titled Improving Lower Limb Mobility. That one will also give you exercises that activate your calf and ankle and your feet. Now the third part is using the foam roller. Some of you might be familiar with what a foam roller is. It's a cylindrical object. It's got a foam covered surface. It will have projections on it. Basically you're using it to massage yourself. So you can't always go to a massage therapist. You can do this at home, and that's what I like about it. So you can be independent. You don't need to go to anybody else for treatment. So like I said, you got plantar fasciitis, inflammation is in the heel, but the pain in the heel is not because of a problem just there. The problem will be higher up in the calf. So if you can improve the tissue quality in your calf, you're going to be able to control this problem better. So that's where the foam roller comes in. So healthy muscle will not hurt if you put pressure on it. So if it's unhealthy and if you put pressure on it, you're going to find a hot spot. You're going to find a part where there's pain. Once you find a hot spot, you wait there. You spend some time on that hot spot and you wait for the pain to settle. Once the pain is settled, then you start the massage, which can be up and down, side to side, or a rotation. So it's basically massaging your muscle but on your own. Instead of using your fingers, you use your body weight to put pressure on the muscle that you want to target. Now another way of putting pressure and massaging it is find the hot spot with your foam roller and then move your ankle up and down. So you need to use all of these methods. You can rotate your ankle side to side, up and down, and so you take your muscles through whatever range of motion is possible while putting pressure on that hot spot you want to target. So this is another way of getting that muscle loose in addition to the exercise and the stretching. Now it's not just loose, I use the term loose, but you want that muscle functioning optimally. You want the coverings on top of it, which is called the fascia, to be functioning optimally. You want it to be moving smoothly across the muscle. So I'll use the term loose again and again, but it's not that loose is better. You want it functioning optimally. I'm just using a shorthand term called loose, that's all. Because in most cases, the muscle is too tight. So to recap, you've got exercises, you got stretches, and you got methods to improve the quality of the tissue in your calves. So if you use all of these three methods together, your relief is going to be quicker, and you don't need medicines for this. You can try this. Most cases of plantar fasciitis will respond to local treatment of this sort. If you add diet, sleep, and lifestyle and stress management, you will get a relief. You don't need medicines for this. Again, it depends on how much symptoms you're suffering from. If you're in extreme pain, take a tablet, it's fine. But I would rather you tried everything else first before you reach for the tablet, or you started going for an injection in your heel, or even a surgery. There are people who go for surgery to remove the spur in the heel. So I would rather you tried all of this first, because you can do this at home. It doesn't cause any damage, and it's easy to do. So do this first before you reach for the more aggressive treatment. The main things to remember when you're doing foam rolling is to make sure that you're putting pressure on soft tissue. Never put pressure on your bone. That doesn't help. Bone is very sensitive. So sensitive in the sense, it's very painful, and you're going to suffer pain for no reason. If you put pressure on soft tissue and that soft tissue is tight, it will hurt, but at least you're going to get some benefit from it. But if you put pressure on your bones, you're not going to benefit from suffering that pain. Other than that, the calf is a pretty safe area to put pressure on soft tissues for. So just avoid areas where the bone is close to the skin. That's the only thing. So have a look, give these exercises a try and see how it goes, and please let me know in the comments if you got better after this.